Hi, hello, my name's Robin Lambert, I'm 17 years old and I'm living with cerebral palsy, but you guys know me as the T-Rex and you're watching my T-Rex life. Okay guys, I guess first up, apologies are due. I have not made a video, tweeted or anything in a ridiculously crazy long amount of time, and for that I am sorry. I have been super busy with school in my final year of high school, so things are getting pretty serious, and I've also been doing a crazy amount of sport and training. A little bit of news just before we get into the video. I recently I got back a couple days ago from Canberra because I just competed in the under 21s national competition where WA was lucky enough to get silver. So that's cool, I guess. So that's one of the reasons I haven't been making videos. I've been away and I've been super busy prior to that training for this event. It was really great to play with the guys and go away for the first time by myself, which was exciting, and meet some new guys that are involved in basketball and some coaches and things like that. It was a great experience. I'm also starting track next weekend and I've been doing a lot of rugby training, so busy, busy, busy. But anyway, today's video guys, I wanted to talk about something that John spoke about not too long ago, and that is parenting, and in particular parenting a kid with a disability, more specifically cerebral palsy, because, you know, I'm a kid, I have parents, I have cerebral palsy, so I guess I've got my own personal experience to draw upon. But I also know a lot of disabled kids, and my mom has worked with a lot of disabled kids, and I've sort of seen the outcomes of different parenting styles and, you know, the effect that it has on a child. First of all, this is just like I said, it's just my own opinions, so, you know, whatever I say could be wrong, but this is what I kind of think. I think the main area which people kind of go wrong when parenting a kid with a disability is that some parents tend to over-parent their child when they have a disability. So they sort of wrap them up in cotton wool and do everything for them and sort of take away some of their independence by doing that. And I think what this can do is sort of, especially socially, kind of stunt the child. So obviously some disabilities, physical disabilities in particular, also come with intellectual disabilities and that kind of thing, so that can make social situations hard. But I also think just by taking away a child's independence and sort of wrapping them up in this cotton wool, that it can also stunt a child socially and make it harder for them to, say, make friends and sort of fit in, which is, you know, realistically, come on, we've already got disabilities, it's already hard enough to fit in without sort of, you know, stunting them this way. I think, you know, obviously it's worrying for a parent having a kid with a disability, and, you know, you don't want them to be harmed, like any parent doesn't want their child to be harmed, but, you know, kids without disabilities fall over, they go out, they get scrapes and bruises, you know, they get into conflict. It's a part of growing up, it's a part of learning, and I think, you know, to a certain extent it's important for every kid to do that, whether you have a disability or not. You know, when I was younger and I fell over, my parents didn't come, you know, rushing over to sweep me off the ground and, you know, pat me down. You know, it was just, yeah, I'm a kid, I fall over, probably fall over more than most kids, but it's just a part of my life. And, you know, for me personally, when I fall over, I don't want people to make a big deal out of it because I'm embarrassed enough as it is. I'd rather someone, yep, help me up, that's great, but there's no need to make a scene out of it. So, you know, like I said, I can understand why parents do worry more, but going out there and experiencing life and, you know, testing the boundaries is important for any kid. So, you know, when I was younger, I was fully aware of my disability, was fully aware that I had a disability, you know, I went to all the appointments and, you know, understood to a level, you know, that you can when you're a child about my body. But I didn't want to be any different to anyone else, and my parents let me, you know, express myself, and they let me you know, try and fit in with the kids and just let me do whatever I wanted to do. And they encouraged me, you know, to do things, to go above what I believed I could do, you know. Even if it was just on the you know, the play park, Dad would be like, you know, I bet you could climb across that thing. And I'd be like, Dad, I'm disabled. And he's like, nah, man, I bet you could do that, you know. And then so I would get the confidence and I would try it. And sometimes I'd fall, sure, but, you know, some kids fall on playgrounds. It happens. But then sometimes I would, you know, I would cross the monkey bars or whatever it was, and then, you know, that was part of me learning about my body and being able to push my body further. And, you know, you know, to a certain degree that applies to everything in life, you know. When I could translate that to like physiotherapy, you know, I'd be like, oh, this kind of, you know, it's uncomfortable what I'm doing, but I can push my body further, and from that I've got stronger, I've got more flexible, all kinds of great things have come from that. So I'm not saying my parents are, you know, cold-hearted, you know, whatevers. I'm just saying that they care about me, obviously, like any parent does, but they let me push myself. They've encouraged me to push myself, and, you know, they haven't put extra boundaries upon me because I am disabled. And I think that's very important, because, you know, your child's never gonna achieve to their full potential if you're always putting boundaries on them. And, you know, by them just encouraging me to do little things all the time, to push myself in little ways, it's helped me to be a stronger person. And now, today, I want to push myself and keep doing things like that. You know, the doctors are always going to give the worst case scenario, but I think the best thing that you can do as a parent is just support all the growth that your child makes and encourage them to keep challenging themselves in whatever way that will be. You know, all disabilities come in different severities, and I understand that not all kids are not going to be able to do everything, but by encouraging them to push themselves in ways that they can, you're really going to help build their character. And I think my personality is so strong because I've never let my disability, you know, wholly define me. It is a part of me, and it is a strong part of me, but it's not the only thing to me. My parents have encouraged me to have lots of different hobbies and try lots of different things, and, you know, and they've really helped me gain a really strong personality. And, you know, today I do a lot of work talking about my disability. It's involved in a lot of my humor and stuff like that, but that's because I'm comfortable with who I am. And I think a lot of that comes from my parents, because they've always taught me, yes, you're different, but everyone has differences, and, you know, you can use your differences to your advantage. And, you know, I do it all the time, even if it's just making a joke out of my disability to make my friends laugh. You know, that to me, that brings me joy, and I'm comfortable enough with myself to be able to do that. Anyway, whoa, we're coming up to the 8-minute mark. I've rattled on a whole lot, but that's just kind of what I think. I think, you know, if you're a parent out there and you're expecting a child with a disability, or you have a child with a disability, you know, just let them go for what they want to achieve, and don't stress about them, you know, not about them hurting themselves. Obviously, if you have a kid with brittle bone, you don't want them to be running around and jumping off monkey bars and things like that, but you've got to let your child live. And you've got to let your child push the boundaries, and from that, you know, they will learn so much. And I think the best way to parent a child with a disability is to parent them like you would parent a kid without a disability, but with just having in consideration, you know, their unique needs. You know, because a child with a disability is going to have unique needs, and, you know, there's certain things you may have to deal with differently from a parent of a kid without a disability, but there's a lot of things that you can do just exactly the same. And, you know, you don't, to me, I think it's best not to make your child feel special because they have a disability, but just special because every person is unique, every person has their differences, and, you know, every person in their own way can be special, as cliche as it sounds. But anyway, that's enough from me, guys. Stay shiny. Hope you're all doing well. Let me know how you're all doing. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this issue and what your opinions are. And stay shiny, guys.